You could be filthy rich if you just watch Bet the House.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another fun-filled edition of Bet the House. I am your favorite handicapping buddy, Dante, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and I apologize for being gone. I have been out of the country. I was in Sicily with my very good friend and a new Golden Globe Award winner, Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer, how are you doing?
Oh, hi, Dante. It's so nice to finally be on the show. I was so excited hearing you talk about it, and it means the world to me that you're having me on the show in the playoffs of all times.
That is correct, Jennifer Coolidge. I call it by your first and last name, by the way. But Jay Cool, we are in the super wild card weekend of the NFL playoffs. We got all kinds of games. Unfortunately, starting wild card weekend, we only have 14 more games before the end of the NFL season. So don't worry, that's 14 games that we can win money and be very, very rich. So we can go back to that Amalfi Coast. We can go back to Sicily. You know what I'm saying?
It was a killer time, if you know what I mean.
Let's get right into it. We got 3 picks for you, 3 winners, so you'll be eating those expensive Sicilian dinners like myself and Jay Cool over here. We're going to start with one of the Saturday games. The almost called them the San Diego Chargers. They're the Los Angeles Chargers, and they are headed down to Duval to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right now, the Chargers are road favorites here. Road favorites that laying 2.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I feel like a very popular pick I've been seeing by so many people all over the place this week is Jacksonville plus 2.5. I get it. Trevor Lawrence, he's looking better. Doug Peterson got this defense going. Travis Etienne probably going to run all over this Chargers defense. That's what it looks like. The Chargers, they did start. They went with their starters. They lost to the Broncos, and then we got injuries on that. I think Joey Bosa is going to be okay to go. Don't know about the wide receiver situation. But before I give you my pick, Jennifer, who do you like in the Chargers and the Jaguars?
Well, I really do love Florida. Florida's a great place to me. It's always been fun. It reminds me of being a little girl when my grandpappy would take me down there and I'd see him go fishing. But Jacksonville, kind of a trashy part of Florida. And Los Angeles has always been great to me. I love LA. My favorite place. I live in LA right now. I've got to go with the Los Angeles Chargers.
You know what? I'm right there with you, Jennifer. Right there with you. We're taking the Los Angeles Chargers minus 2.5 over the Jaguars. Everybody else is on the Jaguars. We are not. We're riding with the favorite, Justin Herbert. He's moving on to the next round. Trevor Lawrence, he's done a great step up from last season. Jaguars are in a great place going forward. This ain't the year, though. The Chargers have always been a snake-bitten franchise, but they're going to move on to the divisional round of the playoffs. Chargers are going to win by at least a touchdown in this one. Lay the 2.5 points. Chargers minus 2.5 over the Jags. Now we're going to move to a Sunday game. We got the New York Football Giants traveling back up to Minnesota. They did this less than a month ago to take on Kirk Cousins, me and Kirk Cousins, and you and Kirk Cousins, and the Minnesota Vikings. Jennifer, what are your thoughts on the state of Minnesota?
I've never really enjoyed Minnesota. It was always cold. I like warmer weather, and it's just too cold. It's just too cold, and I understand New York is also cold. But New York, it's got fashion. It's got Times Square, baby. It's got everything. It's got everything you could ask. It's the city that doesn't sleep. I like New York. Just based on cities alone, I'm going to go New York.
Well, what a coincidence, Jennifer, because I also am going to go with New York. The New York Football Giants getting 3 points here. Minnesota beat them by 3 on a 1,000,000-yard field goal by their kicker on the final seconds of that game. New York should have won this game a few weeks ago. I think New York seems like maybe they're figuring out. Maybe they're getting healthy. They may get their Dory Jackson guy back. They may be getting some corners back. Their defense may be a little bit better. They're going to be blitzing. Kirk Cousins, I think, is going to make a mistake. Kirk Cousins, always Kirk Cousins. And when you bet against Kirk Cousining, you are in a better spot than if you bet for Kirk Cousins to not Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins going to lose this game. Saquon Barkley going to be going all over the place. Danny friggin' Dimes, Daniel Jones is going to go off for this Giants team. Giants are going to win this game outright. Take the Giants, take the points. Giants plus 3 over the Minnesota friggin' Vikings. Now, Jay Cool, we got one more game. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah, Dante. You know I love talking about football. What game are we talking about next?
And we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, NFC South champs, taking on the Dallas Cowboys, who do have a better record. But Dak Prescott looks like he's stinking lately. Tom Brady going this way, Dak Prescott going this way. The public is very heavy on Tom Brady, who has never lost to Dallas, taking out the Dallas Cowboys. What are you thinking?
Well, if we're just basing it off of the cities again, Tampa Bay, nice city. I love the beach. I love Florida. Florida's great. But I am a sucker for the TV show Dallas. I'm a sucker for the TV show Dallas. And because of that, I think I have to go Dallas and the Cowboys. I mean, the cheerleaders, they're just so great.
Well, Jay Cool, I am on the same page with you on this one as well. Everybody and their mother is taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to upset the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 2.5-point favorites. They're road favorites, kind of like the Chargers are road favorites. Would make sense for them to go in here. Tampa Bay, everybody's picking them. They're like, oh, this is a popular underdog we're going to take here. No, we're fading the public here. We're fading the public. The Cowboys are going to win this one, all right? I don't like the friggin' Dallas Cowboys. I don't like him at all. I think Tom Brady would be great if he could go out there and he could own him. But I feel like this Buccaneers team has been hanging on by a thread. Dak has been throwing a million interceptions, but I just feel like this Cowboys defense is going to step up. They're going to stop them. They're going to make sure that they aren't able to get the long ball. I don't know if this Trevon Diggs guy is going to be able to not get burned, but I think Micah Parsons is going to create havoc. This Tampa Bay offensive line isn't that great. They have no running game really other than Mike Evans. You stop Mike Evans, I think you stop the Tampa Bay friggin' Buccaneers. I think Cowboys win this outright. They're going to win this by at least a touchdown. Lay the 2.5 points. You take the Dallas friggin' Cowboys and you bet them. Cowboys minus 2.5 over the Bucks. So, Jay Cool, are you ready for us to recap this before we get out of here?
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited to win all the money that you're going to help me win with all these fantastic picks.
To recap our 3 picks for this weekend, we're going to go the Chargers minus 2.5 over the Jags on Saturday. And on Sunday, we're going to take the underdog New York Football Giants plus 3 over the Minnesota Vikings. And on Monday Night Football, we got the Dallas Cowboys laying 2.5 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There, those are your winners.
It's a great time of year. It's playoff football, the best time of the football season. We're almost at the Super Bowl, everybody.
All right, Jay Cool. Well, thank you for joining us today. Maybe we'll be on another yacht in Sicily before you know it. So enjoy your wild card weekend. Make sure you're following along with our bets. And always remember, bet responsibly, but always bet the house.